That boy who used to spend days in the garage with only his imagination and a couple hand tools has gotten lost in the grind of the real world. I think it's time we find him. 4. 4 more woodworking projects. Fast, easy scrap wood builds. And continuing the trend from last week's video, we'll be using real scraps. The lowest of the low, the bottom of the barrel. No 8-foot, 8 1/4 leftover black walnut here. Not only using what we got, but we'll be using the smallest of what we got. It's Therapy Thursday, and as long as it's wood, it's fair game. Number 1, my brother called me. And we started down the road of reminiscing childhood memories, good ones and bad, although the bad ones had us rolling with laughter. I fell asleep later that night dreaming of the simpler times, and when I woke up, I had to build this little thing. It's simple. Gods, it is far simpler than I ever thought it would be. And I shouldn't show you this one first. It's my favorite of the 4. Well, maybe not, but it's the most fun. 2 boards, if you call them that. Little tiny slivers of wood, pine. It's light, and we want that. I'm looking for something along 8 inches, 1 inch wide, and thin, maybe about a 1/2 inch. And the other, a dowel. But I'm going to try to make my own out of something about 3/8 inches or so. I lay the base out quickly. 3 1/2 inches on each side, leaves me 1 inch in the middle where the dowel will stick. Then I hit up the miter saw for a quick cut. Then rip the strips to width. The thinner stock gives me a little harder time. My push sticks are designed for thicker stock. I'm going to have to make some new ones, I guess. Back at the bench, we hit the layout up again. I draw roughly an 1/8 inch line on the top of one side, then along the bottom of the opposite side. Then flip the board and do the reverse. We'll remove all the white space, creating a thin sliver of an angle, creating a propeller. But how to remove it? This is where my late night half dream, half memory brain took over. I'm just going to sand it. I think last night in my dreams I knew it, but I think that my benchtop sander will work to perfection. Easy, easy. Look, you can whittle it down. You can hand sand it, grinder maybe. I don't know. You remember those wooden helicopter spinny doohickeys? They were great. Well, until you spun it the wrong way and it came back and took a chunk out of your chin. I'm thinking we can build one, and I'm hoping it actually flies. I sand away all 4 edges. Doing it this way creates that nice little curve and angle to hopefully give our doohickey the lift needed. Look, if you have a dowel in your stash, use it. I'm going to try and make one. I lock the sliver into a drill and try to sand it. It's working, but it's not removing the edges nearly fast enough. It's far from perfect. It's not symmetrical. They make those little dowel jigs, and I think I've had one sitting in my Temu cart, probably from before the pandemic, and I still haven't bought it. I don't know, what do they say? Penny wise, pound foolish? Yeah, probably. Drill a hole in the middle of the propeller and sand it to fit. The Maiden flight. This is great. I love this thing. In all honesty, the first flight was the best. I've had it go kick off to the left, to the right, up, down. I'm going to be spinning this thing all day. Put it on a tray in the front of your booth. There's no way you don't get 50 all day long. Maybe even $1.50. All joking aside, sand it up, paint it, stain it, sell it for a couple bucks. It's a blast to make either way, and kids of all ages love them. And since we can't play lawn darts anymore, what else are we going to do? Number 2. Last week I talked about penny candy, my favorite being Smarties. This build is another one like that book ring. Fast, easy, and for that little box that sits out on your craft table, that impulse buy. Something for someone who has everything. We need a palm-sized piece of wood, cut to a rough shape, then sand it down. I'm going to sand it to a leaf shape, sort of. Smooth edges, got a slit in the side. I really think this will be used more than the holes. Drill some holes, different sizes, nice little rows. And we're essentially done. Some food grade mineral oil for a finish. Look, these are great to push herbs through and peel off the leaves from stems, dried or fresh. Nothing major here, not reinventing the wheel, but my daughter is fresh out of college with her ag business degree, and it's all about drying herbs, organic gardening, and such. It's been a lot of fun, actually. It's just another little thing to build from next to nothing and actually quite useful. Number 3, I said it before, you think small scrap, you think tea lights and coasters. Last week we did a tea light, this week a coaster. Fall is right around the corner, and I think these might just be the best fall coasters out there. Well, until my next one. Seriously, I could do a whole video on fall and Halloween coasters. I love this coming season. Cool weathers and cool colors and cool theme. These coasters are small and they're great. An amazing way to show your style on that holiday season on a tight budget. I'm looking for anything 3/8 to 3/4 inch. We trace our pattern onto the wood and cut it out. I use my one scroll saw. You can use a coping or fret saw, easy enough. The only issue with this one, and I've been dreading it, is sanding. I hate sanding. Hate. And I'm really not sure that hate is a strong enough of a word. I loathe it. Well, hand sanding anyways. I love my bench top. If you're lucky enough to have several different species of wood, then maybe just water seal it and let the grain shine through. I only have pine, and I do like my fall colors, so I'm going to dirty up the wood with watered down acrylic. And then I'm just going to try, I don't know, watercolorish, another layer of watered down acrylic on it in fall colors. And I'm really hoping it looks better when it dries at this point. Number 4, these have been done. They've made the rounds on YouTube now for years. It's been on Etsy for even longer, and Amazon. I always wanted to try it though. They're just too cool not to. People have turned them into trees, but my kitchen isn't big enough for that, and for sure not my counter space. So I'm going to try and make mine fold all the way up to fit in a drawer. I'm going with 6 spokes instead of the normal 8. 8 just seems a little bit of an overkill. And I'll be honest, I messed up my angles the first time. I now want to try it with 3 spokes. Not sure it'll work or hold the pot, but it's on my list to do. If you go with 6, the angle is 60 degrees. The angles being so large and the pieces being so small, I'm just going to sand them down at the wen. I don't want to cut them at the miter saw. And I really need to replace this disc. I'm quite certain though that I've melted it on at this point. I have not been kind to this machine. I'm good with that. All right. We drill some holes in each. A quick stain of your choice. I wanted to go patriotic here, red, white, and blue, but I still might. But I tried some tinted shellac and I'm on the fence. Feed the quarter elastic through and pull it tight. Tie it off and shove it into one of those holes. I had to actually enlarge mine a little at the last minute. Your finish doesn't have to be food safe because we're not eating off of it. But I would stay away from poly as it melts under the heat of a pot. And here we are, 4 fast, easy projects, and I love them all. The Propeller, fun. I might tweak the blade a little bit, round the edges over. Yeah, another stain job, but I want to see if I can get it to fly a little better. 2, the herb stripper. I don't know what it is, but I'm taking great satisfaction out of these little ones, like the ring book holder from last week. Maybe it's because they come out so smoothly. I really like making them. Number 3, these came out great. Well, not a fan of the green one. The orange and yellow, I like the other colors bleeding into it. The red with the gray backdrop, perfection. The green, I think, is just a little too dark. I was nervous halfway through this one. I wasn't sure I was even going to show it. But a couple coats of poly makes them shine. Number 4, the Trivet. Really wish I had gone red, white, and blue for summer barbecues. And I might give a 3-spoke one a try yet. This was far easier than I thought. And I'd probably drill the hole for the elastic closer into the point by a 1/4 inch or so. Which is your favorite? And which are you going to build? Let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. Please like and comment. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing if you like to tinker around the shop as much as I do. Thank you.